Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Apex Investor. Today I'm going to do a very, uh, I don't know how to say it, subdued episode. Um, so I'm just going to start with Finviz. We can see biggest loser of the day was RCAT, Red Cat Holdings, software company, 42% negative. Big winner today was AEHR. They're up 87%. And our two picks on Finviz, I'm not going to approve these, but I think they're very interesting to watch because it looks like they have both hit support. The reason why I am skeptical of these because they're both biotech companies. Market cap 600 million for this one. We can see institutional ownership just 1%, not very good. Um, Besides that, RSI is right in the middle, and volume 65 million, way above average. So it's either a really big sell off or a really big pump. We can see the performance for the week plus 28%. Everything else is negative. So this is an interesting stock to just watch. Personally, I would not invest in it, but just to keep track of it. You can see in the last year, I mean, support has looked right about like we've broken support. Basically, we're right back here where it was flatlining at $11. That's why I say this is an interesting stock to watch. We're way below the normal levels of support. I'm not talking about, you know, 6 month, 12 month. I'm looking at the 5 year chart, the 3 year chart, where support is clearly at around $10. Like that's the very basic support before anything happened. And then looking at the last, I don't know how far back this goes, but if this goes back to 5 years now, yeah, the support has been pretty much $8 to $8 to $10. We are exactly at 12. Looks like 12.38. It previously closed at 8.52, so this could be a pretty good buy uh, at $10 and less. But it looks like it did close at closed at 12. So if this goes below 10, maybe this is a good buy. I'm not sure, but interesting to watch it anyhow. So it is up 45%, just $3.86. And the resistance for this is looking like at least 30, as high as 60 or 50. So it's got a high potential, but because it's biotech, I'm very wary of it. So just maybe just watch it just out of curiosity. Next is Freeline, FRLN, another biotech company, market cap 240 million and 34% institutional ownership. You've got RSI just towards the low point, volume way above average, and looking at the last, let's look the last year. Looks like we are at support as well, or just around support, similar to the previous one. So I don't like to I don't like to talk about stocks that are already super high. I'd rather look into stocks where you might get a big return. So we can see this stock has only been around less than a year, but this could be a new level of support. But I wouldn't bank on it. I just watch this one. This could break even lower, maybe even to $1. I don't know, but we're just looking at it to see where this could rebound. But again, biotech, I'm very wary of, and you should be too. So I'm not a financial advisor expert, so just take what I say with a grain of salt. Today, the markets were down today about 2%, just over 2%. The Dow Jones was down 725 points. It's quite significant. We could be seeing the start of a market crash. It could be. Newegg is down 15, almost 16% today. Great stock, just not at this price. As I was saying in so many videos now, you're looking at a support level of $6. Um, even three, I'd say three to 10 is your support for Newegg, but 3 to 7 if you're really wary. And I have approved this trade, $3 to $7, $10 if you're really itching to get into Newegg, and you can sell that somewhere between 20, 20, 30, 25 to 30, perhaps even 60. I mean, you could hold that for as long as you like. Um, so Newegg is a great stock. Okay, moving on. I'm going to look at pretty much do a stock review. I think we need to review some of these stocks. Roblox is a very steady stock. We're looking at support at around 60, low 60s. So this is up, but you definitely want to get this between 60, 65, and this can go up to over 100. So I'm not going to wait for the chart to load because I already know that's the support level. So we've given it time to show us where the support is, and that support clearly 60 to 65, maybe even 64, but low 60s. Socket is an interesting company, interesting stock, I should say. Um, the range has been $1 to as much as 35. So this really blew up, I think, early in the year, around January, but it hasn't really recovered since. So I'd be very wary with this one, but you want to wait for this one to really go down even lower than this. So let me give it a pause. Okay, so now that we zoom out to 6 months, you can see the true support is around $2 to $3. So if you can get this between, actually even $1 to $3 is really good support. So once this dips down to 3, this might be a really good buy, and then sell it around maybe even $10 and above. So that's Socket. Bitcoin, I believe, is down significantly, but that will recover soon. So I'm not going to even worry about that one. We have a total of 7 more to go. So Atos is next. Okay. So I'm going over the usual stocks that I look at. I don't like to get into too many new stocks because I have read comments in other channels saying, why do you keep bringing up new stocks? Why do you keep bringing up new stocks? And for me, I like to just cover the usual. So Atos is one I usually look at. And we can see the support is clearly showing at dollar, $1 to 2, even 180. But $1 to $2 is pretty safe for Etosa. So we still have a ways to go till it reaches our true support or your entry point, your ideal entry point. I'm going to look at space next, and then Zoom, and then Bingo. And then we'll look at the big three to close out the stock review. Okay, so Virgin Galactic Holdings. This one has been trending on WallStreetBets for quite a while. This is up just about 7%, well, almost 8%. But the range for this, we're looking at $14 to 62. So this really did shoot up. But I'm going to look at this a little more closely to tell you what support is. So on this channel, what we do is we look at the best buying opportunities, most stable stocks, at least according to me, and we give you the entry points and the exit points for free. We don't ask money or anything like that. I know some channels do have those kinds of things where they ask you to donate some money or there's a paywall. We don't do any of that kind of, I don't know what the word is, foolishness. I don't know, not really foolishness, but we don't put up paywalls. I don't think that's necessary, especially with how times are more difficult for people just to make ends meet. So I'm just doing this as a free service, pro bono, help people out. Okay, so SPCE, looking at the support level, if I can find it. Zooming out to a year, zooming out to 5 years now. Um, okay, support is clearly $7 to the recent low of 16. So you're pretty safe at $16. 1550, yeah, 1550 to 16. But if you really want to go full apex, they say don't never go full, whatever. But never, if you want to go full apex, wait for $7, $8, or 7 to 10. So apex investor range 7 to 10. But if you want to be maybe a more realistic apex investor, then you're looking at an entry point between 10 to 16 for SPCE. And the resistance or your sell off point when you want to sell this is you're looking at 50. So you buy this. Wow. You buy this at $15, $16 and you sell it at 15. Mama mia, you're making a lot of money. What is that? That's almost quadruple. So that's really good. So if that pays off for you, let me know. And so on and so forth. Okay, moving on to Zoom. Not Zoom, but ZOM, depending where you're from. Americans say Z. Zoomedica or Zomedica. It's an interesting stock. We've been tracking this for a while. Not every day, but I've had this in my portfolio for a while since Trace Trades had brought it up to me through his video channel. So it seems I removed it from my watch list. I'm going to re-add that and give you a entry point, exit point. The range we're looking at 6 cents to 291. So it's quite a range you got going there for Zoomedica. And the volume is just below the average. So where's support? Let's zoom out to the 1 year. Okay, we're looking at a support level of 7 cents, maybe even 6 cents. So you're looking at a support level of 6 cents to the highest, I'm going to say 40 cents, 35. Yeah, you know what? 6 cents to 35. Is this OTC? It's not. Okay, I thought it was an OTC. Yeah, this is at risk of falling out of the stock exchange here. It's below $1. So uh, I'd say at the most, you probably want to get this at 30, uh, 35. 35 if you're desperate, 40 cents, but I wouldn't buy this above 40. So that's Zoomedica or Zomedica. Moving on to BNGO. I believe this is a biotech company. So I'll just give it a pause as it loads. Okay, so I have not seen this one mentioned on Wall Street Bets, or not, at least not as much as other ones, as Wish and all that. But we're looking at a big range here, 47 cents to $15. So let's look at support. Where is support? Zooming out, looks like support is around 50 cents. 50 cents is your support. Is the highest. Oh man, that's actually a tricky question because this has room to drop. I'm going to say the highest you want it probably at 3 to 4. You don't want to buy this above $4. So 50 cents to $4 is your range. Do I prove this? Kind of iffy. I'm not so bullish on this stock. I believe it is biotech. So yeah, steer clear if you want to keep your money. We're going to look next at GME, and then AMC, and then MMAT, and then we'll close it out with we have a news catalyst today for Meta, and we're going to look at Wall Street Bets, and then the subreddit for Meta materials. So stay tuned. Okay, so most stocks were down today, except for GameStop. GameStop went up just a slight bit, just a few percentage points, 2.6%. It was trading between 161 to 176 today. So it is on a downward trend. Volume is about maybe a third of the average. So again, I would be careful with GameStop. This is not support. True support, you're looking at 40 to 60. If you're going full Apex investor, I'm going to start using that. If you want to go full Apex investor, you're looking at 40 to 60. If you're going, I don't know what the other term would be, medium difficulty, or normal Apex investor, I guess there's more different levels of them. So I guess you have your god tier Apex investor, which is 40 to 60, maybe even more than, maybe it should be less than 40. But that's a full Apex investor. If you're going, kind of semi halfway Apex, you're gonna look at 60 to 90. And if you're going a more realistic Apex investor, I guess easy mode, you could say, you're looking at 90 to I'm gonna say 120. So 120 is still a great price. So these are Apex investor levels. But if you're gonna be regular Joe Schmo, then you're gonna look at entering in at 140. Again, that's not a bad price, but that's not an Apex investor entry point. And your exit point or your sell off is at 280 to 300. I like reviewing this. I just love GameStop and AMC. Such good money makers if you know how to play the game and playing it on the right side, not hedge funds and shorting and all that naked shorts nonsense. AMC, they're down just almost a percent, so not too much. After hours, are down a little bit more, but they were trading between $31 to 35. So it is, as I predicted, it is going to go below 30. Volume was pretty good, 111 million, but still below the average of 166. Um, Apex Investor, if you're going to go full Apex Investor here, you're looking at a support level of $5 to $6. Um, Semi or 50% if you're going to go medium difficulty. Apex Investor, you're looking at an entry point of, I'm sorry, it should be to $9 for the first entry level. That's the full Apex level. And then if you're going halfway, medium difficulty, then or medium spiciness, you're looking at a range of 9 to 10, $9 to $10. And then if you're gonna go kind of easy mode, realistic Apex investor, then you're looking at an entry point of 11 to 20. It's quite a range, I know, but I'm gonna say 11 to 16. And then a more average investor, regular Joe Schmo investor, you're looking at an entry point of 20 to 26. So again, that's not a bad price, but uh, I believe it can drop lower. And something that just came to mind as I'm doing this video, and even before that, is it's not wrong to be more to go full Apex investor and say, okay, 6 to 9, or 9 to 10, or 9 to 16. The reason is because if you miss out, for instance, if AMC goes down to 20 and then bounces up to 60, yeah, you missed out, but then you're also giving yourself the opportunity to get into GameStop. Let's say if it goes down to 40 and you get that at 40, then it hits your full Apex price. So you're not actually missing out. You're just being more patient, and that's going to pay off in the end, because your entry point, again, is the one determining factor that's going to make you or break you. It's one of the top factors besides news catalysts and mergers and so on, and also stock market crashes, obviously, with things like that, and inflation and all, acts of God, things like that. So anyhow, so that's it for AMC. We're gonna go to our star of the show, pretty much the focus of my channel in the last, I don't know, month or two now. Meta Materials. Here we go. It was trading at 331 to 358. So we can see this is a massive fire sale. This is so cheap that if you buy at this price, you're gonna, like, I don't know how high this will go, but I'm thinking $20. So you can make almost 10 times your portfolio just by buying at this price range right here. This stock is going to explode very soon in the next year, 6 months to 12 months. But certainly by April 1st, 2022, which again I bet my whole channel on, if we are below, I said $4. If we're below $4, if we're at this, 3.99, but if we're at four, I'm not going to close down this channel. But if we're at 3.99 by April 1st, 2022, I'm going to delete this channel altogether. I won't do any more of these kind of videos for I don't know how long, maybe a while, but I'll shut down the channel for sure. Might have to start over again and just do something else. But I don't foresee that happening. That's how confident I am in the stock, rallying very strongly by April 1st, 2022. How high will it be? Well, I'm going to just put a range and say, well, more than four, but realistically, I'm thinking double digits into the $10, maybe even 20 by that time. Um, Again, there's a silence period, a quiet period that is taking place right now in the present. So that has to expire. There's a lot of things that are still on the way, such as I think it's the 13 or 14-day waiting list, where once that expires, shorts have to cover. I think that's by the end of this week. So volume was under the average, so it is being shorted, just short laddered pretty much between the hedge funds and short sellers, naked shorts, and all that, tomfoolery there, for lack of better term. Um, so support, this is really, I think, is the new level of support is 330. We're hitting new levels of support. So 330 is really a new level. But if you can get this 330, 350, that's an incredible entry point. This is going to go right back up to 20 and above. So this is one of the most shorted stocks on the stock market. Besides AMC and GME, I feel like all the shorts have migrated to Meta for some reason, but it's all good. It's all good because Tesla's on board. I mean, not on board, but they're potentially on board. I should say. I'm not an insider. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but a potential deal is on the way with huge companies such as Tesla, Northrop Grumman. They already have a deal with Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Airbus. So there's potential deals with Raytheon and I think it's General Dynamics. I can't remember, GD and BAE um, Systems, and they very much have connections with the federal government in all countries, but especially United States, Germany, and Canada, among others. So you don't don't gamble with the government. Don't play against them. If you're gonna short, I would not short a company that has links to the federal government, especially United States government and Department of Defense. That is not a game you're gonna win. Okay, but if you are betting on their side, yeah, you have a very high chance of making a lot of money with the stock. So that's all for stock review. We have a news catalyst here. I'm going to read that um, right now. So this is a press release that reached my inbox, and if you signed up for MetaMaterials updates, you will have received that. So let me just minimize myself there. Meta joined Stanford University System X Alliance Affiliates Program. Okay, that's not a university you want to just dismiss. So this is from today. Meta, a developer of high-performance functional materials and nanocomposites, today announced that Meta has joined the Stanford University System X Alliance Industry Affiliates Program. So this isn't like your run-of-the-mill college. This is one of the biggest universities on the planet, Stanford, which provides member companies a highly leveraged and cost-effective method to sponsor pre-competitive collaborative research at Stanford. Membership and the alliance offers a number of potential benefits to help Meta achieve its growth and recruitment objectives. Okay, as if we didn't need more help, we got more help from Stanford, so that's great. The company expects to sponsor basic research conducted at Stanford that will allow Meta to connect with students for recruitment. So they're going to recruit the best and the brightest from Stanford. Oh, man. This is great. To advertise internship opportunities, to host a trip that's technology research in progress. Visit to the Meta facility or to a Meta facility and to network at workshops and conferences. So they're trying to do their recruitment uh, with Stanford. With Meta's growing footprint in Silicon Valley, we are extremely pleased to join the System X Alliance, said George Pelikaras, president and CEO and founder of Meta. So, you know what? If he, let's hypothetically, if he was the founder, and he is, but if he left the company, I would not be as bullish on this company. The fact that the founder of the company, president and CEO, remains with the company is a very, very good sign. I mean, there are red flags. This is a complete opposite green flag. This is a green flag saying you want to stick with this company because he has a vision and he's not there just to, make a lot of money and leave. He's there for the long run. He's very much a kind of like an Elon Musk type character. This program enables us to sponsor basic research either via collaborative teams in focus areas such as photonic, augmented reality, solar, quantum technologies. Okay, this is getting to sci fi territory, but for them it's real. Supporting interns, individual students on jointly defined projects. We also look forward to System X seminars, conferences, networking, communicating with some of the world's most talented students and faculty. Meta is committed to supporting the growing field of meta materials scientific research. So again, I did like a map, a grid, or some kind of. I just did some scribbling on a paper basically, and I was saying EV is one of the biggest markets right now. Crypto, one of the biggest markets. Biotech was one of the biggest markets last year. Uh, Zoom and other things like that. I mean, we have so many things that trend, and I put a question mark as to what is the next big thing. What's the next big market that is untapped? And I was looking into water and emergency food supplies and things like that, and I realized no, actually, not that those things don't have potential, but metamaterials is exactly it. That's what I've been looking for. This is the next big thing, and we might see that. So time will tell if this will come true. So they have a strong internship program. Uh, Over the last 6 years, it has already completed 70 internships, offering graduate hiring opportunities. Meta has an active 1.29 million My Tax Accelerate program and has been named as the top co-op employer of the year by Dalhousie University, sponsoring PhDs and postdoctoral researchers. The company continues to invest in STEM and collaborate with global leading colleges and universities. And that's not just something they're saying, it's something they're doing because right here we can see the proof right there in the pudding. Stanford is right there in the thick of it. Uh, Wall Street Bets is up next, so stay tuned. We're going to open some of the tabs or just maybe just browse right now, see what's trending. GME, which we covered, Moderna. All right, it's taking a while to load. GME again. We're looking for MMAT. AMC. I'm gonna open this and see what people are saying about AMC. Get more AMC. Okay, buy the dip. AMC. No, this is not even a Joe Schmo level. Joe Schmo would buy this at 20 to 26. Don't buy this right now. I'd warn you, do not buy this until it hits below 30. But even that's still high. Wish is getting a mention as usual. New vehicles. Okay, what company is this? GM. Oh, GM got a mention. That is shocking. I don't usually see GM. SPY, Amazon. Okay, Amazon's one of the biggest stocks in the world. I don't know why that's getting a mention. It's not really a buying opportunity. Not that it's not a good stock, but it's just too high. AUM, CRSR again. VIX. Yeah, don't invest in VIX. It's a really bad idea. Unless you know that the stock market is crashing tomorrow, then invest in VIX. But otherwise, I wouldn't. Uh, okay, Body, Wish again, Donkey Kong or DraftKings. BlackBerry, um, NVIDIA. I don't see metamaterials, so let me just scroll down maybe a couple more. If we don't see it, then Tesla, okay. NVIDIA again. No, so no metamaterials. It's taking quite a while. If it isn't showing up by now, then it's not trending today. Nokia is there, and we're going to close it up and look at the tab we opened, then metamaterials subreddit, and we'll close the video or close this video off. So some observations from this poster when he went to AMC theater. 1/8 of the parking lot was full. No one was working, selling tickets. You could only buy at the machine. No one was taking tickets. You could just walk in to a movie carrying anything. It's concerning. The 7 o'clock movie we saw had a grand total of 22 people in it. The tickets with tax were $24, and the regular popcorn was $15, so $40. Rip off. This is a doomed business unless something drastically changes. People are streaming from home for cheaper. I'll be surprised if AMC exists in a couple of years. Ooh, that's very bullish, bearish. Apes, be careful. I don't know about this. I mean, the box office numbers are actually pretty strong. This might just be an isolated incident, so I wouldn't take this guy word for the gospel. Yeah, it depends what state you're in. You know, some states are more locked down than others, and then some states are just fully open. So, I mean, it depends on the movie too. I mean, um, there's not really a movie that people are going to be rushing to see right now. There isn't like a Star Wars or tentpole event like a Endgame, Infinity War kind of thing right now. I think the next big movie coming out would be, I think, Spider-Man, uh, No Way Home. Besides that, I don't know if people are gonna load the theaters for Shang-Chi and what's that other one, The Eternals. We'll see. And then you've got Dune. Dune's also looking really good. So I'm going to just pause the video and open some tabs worthy of mentioning, and then we'll close it up. Welcome back. We're at the Meta Material subreddit. The first post here reads, to those Meta shareholders that display pride and conviction, you're respected and appreciated. With every passing day, those of you that have taken ownership of this future technology company should be proud, and your efforts do not go unnoticed. Just a reminder, every share you continue to gobble up just increases your ownership of Meta, and each new like-minded individual that you turn onto Meta that shares in the same conviction as you, well, that just makes the team stronger. Keep up the good work and keep spreading the positive vibes. The future is most certainly in the company you now own, and your futures will undoubtedly reward you for your foresight. Stay united, and your strength will just continue to grow. I'm going to add, and also the more that we buy, the more the hedge funds are screwed. So the short sellers. Yeah, so that's all for the first post. I'm going to pause it as the next post loads. We've got at least 10. Okay, so this guy's got an idea. He's saying, what if Metamaterials partnered up with Apple to micro engineer a way to put their glucose testing into the Apple Watch? I think that's a great idea. But why stop at Apple? You can also team up with Samsung Health, as this person said, and even Fitbit and other companies. So that would be, yeah, that's a potential thing to happen. But that's speculation, but it's an interesting thought nonetheless. Moving on to the third post. These are the times future millionaires are made. I've been in the market 5 years now. I ran across great undervalued and a good bit. I will typically play with those. Meta has turned into that for me. I've put other positions on hold to focus on Meta even more. I'm taking full advantage of these prices. The gains are made when others are fearful. Excuse me, exactly. It's exactly what Warren Buffett said. When people are afraid, that's when you should be greedy. And when people are greedy, that's when you should be afraid. Case in point, the squeezes with GME and AMC. And people were getting greedy when it was at 500 for GME and 60 plus for AMC. And that's when they should have sold off and, buy again at the support level. Meta is a prime example of where people are afraid. Um, 330, 350. This is a steal right now. I'm taking full advantage. Sorry, full advantage of these prices. The gains are made when others are fearful. Uh, so for everyone selling, I'm buying and cost averaging down. My goal is to accumulate as many as I can at these $3 prices, and that's kind of my goal too. I feel you just have no capital left. Yeah, right. I know that struggle. Okay. Next is I reached out to Ortex and I asked them a question. Okay. When they would be updating the sector information for Meta, and this is the reply. So they said it appears the different market data providers are showing a wide variety of different sector and industry codes. So they haven't updated yet, basically. Um, so that's going to take a while. It's part of the procedure. You know, the growing pains. It takes a while for things like a cross-border merger to for all the dust to settle. This is a really good post. Um, it's showing the most popular stocks. Number one is AMC. Number two is us. It's Meta Materials. Number three is GameStop. I thought I'd never see the day. We're actually right up there in the top three. Amazing. These are huge stocks. CCIV, great stock. I don't know these two actually. I know Exila. That's the pot stock. Ocugen, yeah. Zoometic, we talked about that. Apple, wow. These are giants. So right there. That buys very well for us. So I mean, if this was not trending at all, and we're at $3, I'd say yeah. You know, I don't know where the volume's going to come from, but we can see it's definitely picking up some steam there. Yeah, the volume will be coming in. All it takes is a big news catalyst. People, they've got this on the radar now. It's been on Wall Street Bets at least 2-3 times. Hedge funds discover infinite money loop. Okay, they have a cheat code, naked shorting. They create naked shares that they sell, pocket cash from fake shares. They hide the FTDs, and it seems to be there's no liability, there's no accountability for them. So what is going on? Not heard anything about this infinite loop. Didn't seem to help Melvin Capital. Exactly. My theory on GameStop, they weren't expecting it. Well, you know what? I don't know what they're doing right now with Meta because not only did they do a merger, they did a reverse stock split. Just one of those things will screw them up over. And then a dividend on top of that. It's the holy trinity, so to speak, of screwing over shorts. So that's, you know, just wait for it. They're not going to get away with this. And then I guess factor four is working with the government. Meta has connections to the federal government, whether directly or indirectly through proxy, such as Boeing, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, Airbus, and so on and so forth. So they have connections with not only the American, you know, United States government, with Department of Defense. They've got connections with the Canadian federal government and also the German federal government as well. And then this is the news catalyst, which we spoke about earlier. It's a good sign they're investing in future geniuses. So future Elon Musk's there. He wants to have a successor, maybe. George wants to have an apprentice. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know why they don't try MIT, though. They should try MIT, Harvard, and all that. The color of the day for nearly everyone. So, you know, everything's mostly red. Um, and how low was MMAT, considering everything was down? And we should just take a look. How low were we today in terms of percentage? I think it was less than 10%. It wasn't like 10 or 20%. It was probably just, 5%, if I'm not mistaken. But wasn't as low as, yeah, it's only down 3.5%. So that's considering the market took a big hit today. It's not, I wouldn't say that's cause for concern to worry about it too much. And the beta, we don't even have an idea if we're negative beta or not, but I suspect this is very, very significantly shorted to almost GameStop AMC levels. And Hedge funds think they can get away with it because the dividend is going to take a while to be delivered. Again, sometime after December 28th, 2021. Beware of FUD and distractions. I don't know how many of you own stock in video game retailer or movie theater company. Maybe smooth brained. So buy and hold. Put on your war paint. Okay, it's just a pep talk. Do not panic. Okay, more pep talk. I mean, just if it's relevant, I'll read it. If not, I won't. So someone commented, and rightly so, that what about not releasing PR? You're not allowed to do PR 30 days from the merger. And someone said this isn't PR. That would be against the SEC guidelines. It is education. So that's a good point. None of what has been released so far has been anything close to PR. They're mainly more informational, just saying, okay, we have a conference, we have this going on, we have that going on. George Polykaras tweeting is not PR. He can tweet as he did that we have big deals on the way, but we just can't confirm them right now because of all the red tape that has to go on and dust settling. So yeah, it's going to be interesting in the next 30, 40 days from now where the stock's going to be when they're allowed to just go full blast and just report, this deal with Apple, this deal with Tesla, this deal with Northrop Grumman, this deal with Boeing, this deal with whoever, this deal with just insert, big company here, or not even big companies, could be smaller companies, but just a lot of good deals, just, snowballing to something really big. Just in case you're wondering, we are still oil and gas company via the SEC. Um, it impacts algorithm trading such as ETF placements, but I haven't looked into it. I've seen price hikes uh, on Nasdaq, but do the algorithms take source data? You can see in the price action, it's not a good example with a market wide sell off. Okay, so yeah, that is sketchy, but again, those are growing pains. Those are things that will be settled. I mean, for the net, I mean the Nasdaq. Look at the Nasdaq. Uh, Meta was listed as a oil and gas company in the wrong sector uh, for quite a while. I think energy was the sector, and it was only corrected after George Pelikaris had tweeted about it, and they were correctly, changed over um, to a technology company, and so yeah, proof that Ortex is skewed, so that short interest number is not very reliable. Yeah, it is being shorted massively. We don't know the exact number, but just going by everything that's been going on regarding the reverse stock split, the merger, the dividend, and they're still shorting it. And this was up at $20 before the merger. Normally, mergers and stock splits and dividends would bring the stock even higher than 20. 20 would be the bottom. But because of the reverse stock split, the price of the stock was halved. So you're looking at least $10. That's like at the very low point. So $10 is actually a really good entry point. But now you've got it at $3. So you're getting the stock at potentially, one third of the bottom of support levels. So this is the last post. It says, what if I hold the stock for 10 years? What do you think this stock will be? And I'm going to predict it's probably in the triple digits, at least over $100. What are they saying here? No one's saying anything. But yeah, triple digits is probably a realistic scenario. You look at Tesla, how long it took them to get to triple digits. It took less than 10 years. And not only that, they actually went to quadruple digits to $1,000, and they also had a stock split and almost went to 1,000 again. So it's like that stock went up to, I think they did a 1 for 4. So if you take 4 times 800, that was close to, uh, what is that, 3,200 per share. I mean, that's crazy. Think about it. So that's all I have for you today for this stock update, and mostly focus on metamaterials. But we looked at other stocks as well, and these are stocks I tend to go over and review, looking at the levels of support, what price you want to enter at, and levels of resistance, aka what is your exit point or what price do you sell at. So thank you very much for your time today. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't like it for whatever reason. And please comment and let me know what you think about the content, how I can improve, what you liked about it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe if I've earned your subscription. If not, then just keep keep waiting. Maybe I'll earn it in the future. And that's all I have for you today. So God bless you all, and may God bless your investments. Apex Investor signing out. Till tomorrow.